So you listen to rap.
Rap, I guess what you would consider screamo, or like some sort of like I don't know. It's like not like rock music. It's like a punk pop rock. I don't even know.
I don't know either.
Fact is,
Uh,
people wouldn't like it. Like if I gave you bands, you probably wouldn't like their music. Like I'm going to a show in March. I
mm-hmm.
requested the 13th and 14th off from work.
Yep.
To go to like Massachusetts to see the show. But I guarantee if I was to like have you listen sometime in like spare time to these bands, you probably wouldn't like them.
I mean, I might.
Mm,
Maybe. I don't know. I'm really
like,
into,
uh-huh.
well, like mostly what I grew up with was like classic rock, like 70s,
Right.
like Zeppelin and Floyd and Rush, that kind of stuff. Um, and I also like a bit of metal. Like I like Tool a lot. I think you knew that.
Yeah. Yeah, Tool's got some nice
I love Tool.
jams.
Last summer I became like obsessed with them. Okay, I'm gonna raid this village a little bit. But so that's like primarily what you're into
I would say,
is that?
well, my music's kind of like it's always it's always one of those things. Like I put it on shuffle. It's not like I just like listen to mainly one, but
Right.
it's I definitely would say it's like hip hop, like rap, and then like the really hardcore like well,
Okay.
I guess people wouldn't call it. Some people wouldn't call it hardcore, but I guess like that metal emo punk band
Mhm.
stuff is I like a lot, but it kind of
All
goes
right.
back and forth.
Yeah. Do you have like a favorite band or artist
Uh,
aside from cuz like you said you just like
not
listen to stuff on shuffle, but is there like one group that you sort of go to sometimes?
um, I don't know. I feel like I can always get like hyped up when I like listen to like Drake, right? Like just I don't know why, but
Okay.
uh, for band purposes, I'd say not really because I like all. Well, actually, there's a band by the name of Issues that just like
Uh-huh.
they're like my kind of like a bucket list of like who I want to see in concert.
Bucket. Okay.
Hmm.
Bucket. All right, I'm gonna.
List.
Well, I'll check this out and then I'll come back. There's a flippin' village house on top of this gigantic mountain.
Nice. I don't have any coal, so I can't put it in my oven to cook food, so I steal food from the lodge chest.
What about like doing your own thing? Like what happened to that?
I'm trying, but I have yet to mine. I'm trying to build a house that I can actually sleep in instead of sleeping inside the literally where the garden is of your house. Still, that's where my bed is.
Yeah.
So I just keep running back there. Y'all have like a farm of actual animals?
Ooh, a potion. I don't need mutton. We have a what? What do you mean? Ooh.
Like a pen full of animals that you breed and then you kill them off.
I mean, we have the barn thing. I don't know if we like use that. That was a thing that Derek set up, so I don't. I guess if anything, it would be that. We don't kill the sheep in the big sheep pen in the field, because that's for the wool,
Right.
like for statues and whatnot.
Hmm.
We just, we just get wool from them, so. But if anything, that would be the animals in the barn, I guess.
Hmm.
Okay, I can sleep.
I'm sleeping.
Do do
Uh,
do
my
do
milk's
do.
warm.
Do, 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 do. Some people like warm milk.
Yeah, a bunch of psychopaths.
Yeah. Like
Help me
warm
go to
milk, like,
sleep when I drink more milk.
is nasty.
Yeah, what the heck's wrong with you people? Like, if I wanted more milk, I'd lay under a cow, you know? Like, just get it that way.
All right. Do you have a favorite song?
That's so tough because it changes literally all the time.
Well, yeah. Like everyone has their favorite song of like, for like a few weeks or so. But I mean, like all
But favorite
time.
song of all time?
Yeah, I would
Oh,
say
God. You
if
go
I had to
first, yeah.
pick one, I would say I don't know. Actually, maybe "Dogs" by Pink Floyd. That's
Interesting.
probably what I would go with. It's like a seven. Okay, so that song is from the album Animals, which literally just has 5 tracks. 3 of them
Are they all
are,
dog names? Or, like,
well,
an animal name?
animals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dogs, pigs, sheep. And then the other 2 are called Pigs on the Wing, Part 1 and 2. And that's just like little like love songs that are like 2 minutes.
Interesting.
So it's those, and then the 3 others, dogs, pigs, and sheep, are like, they're all at least like 10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Like really epic, like rock, really like kind of heavy uh, rock stuff.
I'll have to listen to those.
It takes a little bit of patience because they really they kind of take their time to develop, I guess you could say. Especially Dogs. That track is like
Yeah.
17 minutes. There's like multiple
Wait,
guitar
it's a
solos.
17-minute song?
Well, yeah, it's basically like the first half of that album.
Uh,
So like there's Pigs on the Wing Part 1, which is like 2 minutes, and then Dogs. And then that's like the first half, and then there's Pigs and Sheep, which is both like 10, 11, 12 minutes, something like that. And then
mm-hmm.
Pigs on the Wing Part 2, which closes the album. So I might go with Dogs, because that song I think is super flippin' epic. Also Achilles' Last Stand by Led Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm.
I love that song a lot. Kashmir has always been one of my favorite songs ever.
Yes.
I don't know how familiar you are with Zeppelin.
I'm not too familiar with it besides like the songs that I've like heard and didn't know that it was them kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you, which just seems to be my problem every single time is that it's like if I like heard the song and then
What?
someone told me that it was that, I could be like, "Oh yeah, I like that." But
Yeah. Like Black Dog, probably. That seems
sure.
that's probably well. That seems to be a song that like everyone has heard of, but they may not, uh, recognize it by just the title.
Right. Who sings Aces High?
I don't know.
Because I remember me liking that song, and that's like some rock group back then. Hey Siri.
This is all miscellaneous stuff.
Aces High, 2015 remastered version, is by Iron Maiden.
Oh, Iron
Iron
Maiden.
Maiden.
You ever? Yeah, there you go.
I've never listened to them. Like at all.
No, just kidding. I don't know why I'm acting disgusted. I mean, that's the only song I really know by them.
I don't know anything about them,
But they do
honestly.
that. They do that song.
Where should I
Iron
put
Man.
these beds? Iron Man? Isn't that? That's Black Sabbath.
Oh, wait. Why would Iron Maiden not do Iron Man?
Well, I know that because I had
Bow, 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 bow.
a
You
friend
know?
who actually used to work at Hannaford. Um, his name was Orlando. Is Orlando. He moved to Colorado. Um,
Weird. He really missed an opportunity to move to Florida.
well, it's funny. His last name is Plaza, so it's like
What the
Orlando.
heck?
His name sounds like a place, but he taught over the summer. He taught me sort of how to play guitar, and I think that's like the only riff I know how to play is Iron Man. I can play that, and that's about it. And I can play a few chords,
Hmm.
like very beginner stuff. I'm not really too into it, too like
Yeah.
deep into my guitar knowledge, but I can do a little bit, sort of.
Nice.
But Iron Man was the first thing I really learned,
Yeah.
so that's how I know that. Black Sabbath. Okay, what chest should I put all these beds in?
A bed chest. Haha.
Like, there's not really room in the miscellaneous. Because I stole like 5 orange beds from this village. Because why not? Because we're always like needing beds.
Right, so stealing from the village. Alright, it's perfect. That makes sense to me. Rob them.
I got a
Blind.
blast furnace.
Ooh.
There's like all this new stuff.
Blast furnaces are nice. Like, you want that when doing, like, ore. Like, iron
Or
and
what?
stuff. Oh, God. It's like I'm playing with Chandler.
Chandler,
He
honestly.
came up to me today after he was clocking out, right?
Yeah,
Tonight. And he walks
yeah.
over.
Because he was at Seafood.
And he goes, right. And he walks over and he goes, "Hey, I hate to do this to you. It's like, it's like 8:30."
Right.
And I'm like, "All right, like what's up?" I'm just standing there. He goes, "Yeah, the girlfriend, she wants one of the deals and she wants it extra thin, like shredded on everything."
Really?
And like yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I start changing my gloves and then he goes, "Ah, just kidding, just kidding."
Oh.
Because
Yeah,
it
he'll do
was like
that.
shredded. It would have been a pound of shredded roast beef, and then a
For
pound
that.
of what shredded
Crap.
Cooper. And I was like, I am not doing that for you. Sorry
Yeah.
that he left.
Yeah. Yeah, he does that.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I almost died on my way home.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I was sick. Um, so I was at
Okay.
that light on Union, went past that way so I could start going towards Herman,
Wait, which light?
the one by Shell,
Oh, yeah.
by
Okay.
right by the store.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
coming
don't know
that
where I'm
way, and I
putting
see
this
this
stuff.
guy. There's a car that,
Sorry.
like, how like it splits into 2 lanes.
Um,
I don't know if you go
yeah,
that way very
maybe.
often, but there's like 2 lanes, and the right lane ends because that's where like the Job Corps is
Yeah.
and stuff. But anyways, I can tell that this car over in the other lane, like coming towards me, isn't really in his lane. He's like looks like he's like starting to come into my lane, and I'm like,
Okay.
this is interesting. He gets completely in my lane. He's heading straight for me, and I'm like,
Hmm.
well, now what? Like I can't move over. So I hit the horn a couple times, and he still kept coming after me. So I went into a
Huh.
ditch.
Really?
Yep. And I stuck there a little bit, and then my car got stuck. But then there was a person like directly behind me that happened to see that, so they like helped me push my car out, and then I drove home.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, it was real fun. And
You should have, like, vlogged it.
well, I didn't have the time. I was trying to get home so I could have my Oreos and play Minecraft. Like, sorry, Copper, I can't keep a statement.
Huh.
Yeah,
See,
so
that's why I don't have my license yet.
right.
Because I just don't. Thanks for the ride, by the way.
No, you're welcome.
Okay, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do now because maybe I'll come check out what you're doing. Even though the audience probably already knows
The audience.
what you've been up to. I don't.
True.
That's kind of like the mindset that I have whenever when I make videos, is what the audience is,
Yeah, what are they looking at?
what are they experiencing? I sort of try to have that metacognitive,
Whoa. Some big words.
just that
Bro, I work in a
mindset.
deli.
Well, I work in the deli
Big
too,
words.
you know. So
You don't know big words like that.
so you're thinking of applying for a shift leader.
I
Like,
didn't necessarily.
going
What
for
didn't even
that.
cross my mind until Siren and Chandler both were like, "Hey, there's this weird flex position thing, and you should go for it." And I went, "Well, what is it?" And then they've been grilling me like every time I've like closed with them or like late at night.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Well, okay." So then on my day off, I came in and talked to Carol
Yeah.
about it, and she was like, "Yeah, we're not doing anything until April." And I went, "Well, that's like
Well, like
pointless."
I said, like, even if, like, you went through, like, the training and stuff to be a shift
Mhm.
leader, that you wouldn't be in the flex thing immediately, because that's, like,
Right.
that's,
Get out of my house.
so that's, you should put a door up. That
I
is
need a
guaranteed 32 to 36 hours,
right.
or 38 hours. So if you did get the shift leader promotion, it would probably just start as part-time. Like, that's what happened with Byron. Like, he applied for the flex position, but he got the part-time because Carol wanted him to have more experience. And, before he got it. Before he
Mhm.
moved up to that. Because not only is it more hours, but the sort of thing with it is that it's also more, like, involvement. It's more,
Right.
what's the word? You know what I mean, though. It's not just, like, more hours. You're a lot more,
Right.
you
You're
have
doing
to
a lot
actually
more stuff,
learn.
a lot more responsibility.
Yes, yeah. So, that's why Byron he just got the part-time, and that's why you would probably just start part-time. Did I ever tell you that I have a vinyl collection?
I think you told me that you were starting one. I don't know if like you were
No.
like what kind of how big it is at this point, unless you have like a
I
giant one that I
started
didn't
it.
know about.
I started it last May, and at this point, I have probably about 20 records. And then I got.
Very good.
I finally got a record player about a month ago, so I can actually listen to them now.
Mhm.
Because like half the reason I buy them is just to collect them and have them. Because
Right.
I just like vinyl. I like the concept of it, and I like how it works and stuff. And I do
Mhm.
think it sounds better than like
Yeah. A
digital.
lot of people say that.
Like, it actually sounds like I've compared it, like, because like the record player I have, it has like it's like an 8-in-1 sort of thing. So like it can play like Bluetooth. It has like a Bluetooth
Oh,
thing.
nice.
It has a CD player. It has like a radio, like FM antenna
Mhm.
radio thing. But so like I've compared it, like just like playing something through Bluetooth, like from my phone, and then playing that same thing vinyl, and there's definitely like a big, like people don't just like say that, like there really is a difference, and it's pretty awesome. So
Mm-hmm.
so that's all I have to say about that. Up.
Yeah, there's a door there.
It just sort of appeared. Maybe maybe it hadn't loaded for me or something.
No, I literally placed it on your way
Oh,
out.
did you?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So that's all I have to say about that. Up.
Yeah, there's a door there.
It just sort of appeared. Maybe maybe it hadn't loaded for me or something.
No, I literally placed it on your way out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. But yeah, I gotta find something to do now.
I need to come steal my bed.
I guess work on that.
In my house.
Work on that cactus. I can do
Oh
that.
yeah, the cactus bob.
Yeah.
I need more iron. And yeah. I need to finish my house.
Let me think. Yeah, I'll just work on the cactus, I guess. After we sleep.
Oh, yep.
Boop. So what do you think about the Astros scandal? I don't think I ever asked you about that.
No, we haven't really talked about it.
That happened like 3 months ago. Well, like it started, like the whole reveal of how they like, I mean, like stealing signs is okay, but the way they did it, they like looked at the actual like televised footage of it
Yeah.
to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would like bang a trash can to like signal it to the batter of whatever the pitch was gonna be. That's like a super big no-no because that's using like outside technology for your benefit.
Right, like you're allowed to try to steal signs from knowing, like watching game footage, but watching the actual like if you're in the World Series and you like turn it on to TNT or whatever the channel is, and you like get like live feedback on what it is, then
Right. Yeah. No.
right, like then that somehow is. But so I don't really know where I stand on that. Like I don't know about stripping them of the World Series and giving it to the Dodgers because apparently they
Okay,
want
well,
to do that with the Red Sox one too.
First of all, I think maybe their title should be taken away.
Mm-hmm.
The World Series, the championship, maybe even like more than that. I don't know, but I definitely don't agree with giving it to the Dodgers because I think that would be even more messed up. Like I think that series should just be like, I mean it's pretty sad, but like it should just be like
It's like void, like an asterisk next to it, and then you're just like, well, they cheated.
Well, not
so.
even asterisk. It should just be like completely like removed from like the history books as like this championship. It was played and it happened, but it was like taken away from the Astros, and so it just doesn't.
Yeah.
No one won it. So, I definitely don't think they should be given to the Dodgers, though. Like that doesn't seem right. Like they shouldn't win a championship like that.
Right.
I mean, I
like
get
you still had 7 games to play them, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
so
no, I'm
even
just
if
saying.
they were doing that.
I'm saying I didn't. Like I get that they may have like gotten cheated out of a. I mean, I don't know how much it affected that series, but
Mm-hmm.
like I get how people would think that they may have gotten cheated out of that title, but I don't think it should be just given to them like that.
Right.
That just seems wrong. Like even more just weird.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Also
But
these
they want to do that
pillagers,
with the Red Sox ones though, because of Alex Cora was part of the,
right. That one
the
that
Astros.
one I have bias towards cuz I'm a huge Red Sox fan.
Well, right, like
So I don't know if I should comment on that one. I honestly think that that one's a bit different because with that one, I don't think the Red Sox themselves were really involved. It was just Cora, I think.
well, right, and that doesn't prove that Cora was doing it with the Red Sox. Like Cora might have been part
Right.
of
Well,
the organization that had the deal, but like, you know,
the MLB is still doing their investigation of it, but I don't think they really found anything with the Red Sox of them like doing any of that. But yeah, I'm gonna build a flipping cactus. So
nice segue.
I'm just gonna start it. So this will be nice if we actually like use your gameplay as well, because that gives me an excuse to just stand here and not worry.
And build a cactus.
Well, no, just like when I'm watching this tutorial of it.
On how to build a cactus. I just place the cactus block on the next cactus block.
But oh, apparently there was like this big fight that broke out in one of the games today or yesterday.
Yeah. XFL.
Yeah, let me look. I think it was yeah. Guardians and Defenders, New York and DC. There was a fight, and I guess the bench is cleared,
Nice. That's what
which
we want.
doesn't
I mean,
seem to happen really much in football.
have you seen what they do after they win?
No.
There's like videos of the teams like shotgunning like beers and other stuff.
What
Like
do you
in the
mean?
locker room. Like they're just like they come get like after the game's like over and they're in the locker room. They're like
Tutorial.
celebrating. They're like crushing it off their heads and like just
Oh,
chugging like they won like a championship. You know what I mean? Like
all
I think
right.
there's like a no alcohol like policy, like
Hmm.
at least in the NFL probably like after a game. Like if someone was like just cracking open like a Bud Light or something like that'd be frowned upon. I would think. But these guys are like
Yeah.
going ham.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a less strict league. A bit more
Right.
like okay.
I imagine they'd let the players like smoke the marijuanas and whatever else they want to do. Like,
All right, I have to actually play this video a little bit. Okay, I need black wool. Damn it.